Hello, Bella Beauties and Bella Bows, and welcome back to my channel, Bella Black TV. I'm Bella Black, and of course, we have another great dater today. We have Danny. Let's welcome to the stage, Danny. Hey, Danny, how are you?
Good, good. How about yourself?
I'm good, can't complain. Glad you could join us, and
Thank you for having me. Thank you for
we'll go
having me for
ahead
sure.
and get started. If we can start by introducing yourself, introduce your location and your age.
So my name is Danny James. I currently reside in Charlotte. I actually just moved to Charlotte 3 days ago, and
Oh,
I am 35.
all right. Okay. So, what is your occupation and for how long?
So I'm a operations manager. So I've been into warehousing for over 10 years,
Okay.
and so my job just relocated me. A few days ago. There was an opportunity that presented itself, and so I jumped on it, and so now
Okay.
here I am. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So, is that something that you enjoy doing, and do you plan to do it long term?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
I do find excitement in my career and whatnot, and so I've been used to it for some time now. So definitely something that I'm locked in on. So
Okay. Sounds good. There's nothing
yeah,
like
yeah,
going to a job that you enjoy going to.
yeah, for sure,
All
for sure.
right. So, what are some of your hobbies?
So my hobbies include I love to listen to podcasts. You know,
Okay.
um, any type of podcast, pertaining to self help, personal development, or also Christian based podcasts. Uh, I'm also trying to get into the bowling league as well. So yeah,
Are
that's
you
something
doing
new
or to help you become better?
to help me become better right
Okay.
now. Yeah, 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 for sure. And then
All right.
I recently did pickleball as well, and I thought pickleball was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty fun, so very exhilarating and whatnot. So and then
So is
traveling, of
that something
course.
you're gonna try to? Is there a league for pickleball?
What's that?
Is there a league for pickleball?
There is.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's been big lately. I see that it's been trending, and so I
Right.
decided to hop on and just jump out there and just see what's about. So it's been cool. It's been fun.
Well, that's neat. All right. So, what is your current marital status? Whether it's never been married, whether that's divorced or separated and estranged or widowed, what is your marital status?
So I am single, never been married.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
All right. So, do you have children? And if so, how many? And what are their ages? And do you desire to have more?
I am childless.
Okay.
Yes, no
Do you
kids.
desire to have children?
I do. Yeah, absolutely. So if I'm married, of course, then I see that in the works.
Okay. All right. Good deal. So, is it okay if your future partner have children? And if so, does it matter how many they have and the ages of those children?
So at this age, I would not be able to entertain anybody who has kids.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So, someone with no kids but does desire to have them.
right. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So, what is one negative trait about yourself that you took from your last relationship that you're currently working on, have worked on, or will work on? And why do you consider it to be a negative trait?
Um, I think one negative trait is I tend to be a little too impatient.
Hmm.
So maybe that's because I'm very intentional, but
Hmm.
I guess sometimes I can kind of move fast on some things or whatnot. I've been told, so I kind of just been learning to just take things slow a little bit.
Okay. So,
So
how have you been practicing? I know you said that you, I guess, have told yourself you take things a little slow, but how have you been taking things slow? Have you just think about it longer, or are you just like how are you working on
just kind of take things day by day.
it?
Just like realizing that although I'm excited for the person and I'm excited to jump into a
Mhm.
situation or a relationship, just kind of just taking it day by day and just not being mindful of that person's feelings and trying to understand them and understand that some things don't have to go off so fast and whatnot. And so yeah, yeah,
Right, because they may be at a different point than where you are, But then just
Right.
being cognizant of that, and I guess try to be accommodating while still not neglecting what it is that you are needing, which is being intentional. So
Right. So yeah, I mean, I think all that really does come from being intentional. Because I know if I wasn't intentional, then it would be no going fast. Like I would take this very slow. Like we're gonna walk this dog together. So I think with me being intentional, I'm just kind of like full of excitement just to like find my person and whatnot. And so
right, that's
so sometimes
understandable.
yeah, so sometimes you may cling on and just grow attached too fast. Of course, if you're being consistent and like doing the right thing, then of course. But if I wasn't being consistent, if I wasn't thinking about the person, then I would definitely just like dismiss them or just be out there.
Right. And
So
then sometimes you also have to be careful because some people might feel or believe that they're ready and they really aren't. And so,
exactly, exactly.
and that is
And
like one of those clues that can give you, hey, they might not be as intentional as they think or believe that they are. Mhm.
I've gotten that. I've gotten that a lot.
Yeah.
Gotten that a lot. So yeah.
All right. So, how do you handle or deal with conflict?
So I address it around the spot. If there's
Mhm.
anything that I misstep or something that I misspoke on, whatever the case may be, if I hurt you or did anything to offend you, then of course let's attack it head on. Get it out the way, and just try to get better. And I know the next time how to deal with it. So
Right. So, how do you deal with those individuals that have the conflict resolution style of wanting to let it go, or not visiting it right at that moment? How do you deal with it?
ooh, I had a situation like that recently where the young lady felt that she needed a couple of days just to kind of
Mhm.
process everything. And it kind of took me by surprise because I'm not used to that. And
Mhm.
so therefore I guess I had to be open or closed because but but I just had to kind of understand where she was coming from and whatnot, and just try to come to terms with the fact that not everybody handles things
Mhm.
uh, right on. I mean, at least either by the end of the day or by the next morning, we can come to a resolve. But
Mhm.
like days away of no communication is kind of like, man, I don't know. It's a little difficult. It's a little difficult.
Right, because you want to get that resolved. Because,
Right.
like I always tell people, if it doesn't get resolved, it doesn't necessarily have to be resolved in that particular moment. Like I said, some people have different styles, and you might have to walk away and come back to it. But you should always be able to come back to it in order to get it resolved. Otherwise, it's gonna fester and it's gonna
It
come
is.
up more intense when it does
Yes.
come, and it's gonna come out in ways when you're like, okay, where did that come from?
Yeah.
So.
Sure. For sure. It's gonna grow and snowball, and the next thing you know, it explodes right in your face. So yeah.
Right, you're like, okay. Is religion or spirituality important to you? And if so, what do you believe in and or practice? And is it important to you that your mate practice or follow those same beliefs?
Religion is important. So I am of the Christian faith.
Okay.
And so so I find that it is very important just to have that alignment, that way. It just one last thing. I have a thing that's called that goes by, just one last thing to worry about. If you align with me in the same faith, it's just one less thing to worry about, and like other aspects, stability and this and that and the other, but just one less
Right.
thing to worry about. So yeah, so I would definitely love to just be compatible with somebody who has that.
Okay. Good deal. Do you believe in therapy, and why or why not?
I do believe in therapy. So I was actually in therapy last year.
Hmm.
So I think it's definitely good that you speak to a professional on any type of thoughts, any type of if you feel an imbalance or you just feel that because sometimes talking to your friends and loved ones, it can kind of be biased. It kind of be one sided. They're always going to support you and whatnot, but
Right.
you need somebody to sit you down and actually just like take the good with the bad and let you know that hey, you can strengthen this in this area and whatnot. And here's how to go about coping with this and getting through and developing these skills. And so it's very important.
Right. So you believe in therapy on an individual level, but do you also believe in therapy on a couple's level?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, premarital counseling or just going it or it doesn't be premarital, as in like going right into the marriage, but like even as a couple, you know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, if both parties don't know how to communicate or
Right.
just seem a little off somewhere, then it's definitely best to get that checked out and kind of see what the issue is and how can we come together and just be cohesive. So
Right, because neither one of you are going to come into it perfect. And
right,
so just having that little extra help with understanding this person or where they're coming from, or even maybe those past traumas that they didn't really realize that they had, but just being able to
yes,
understand that and being that support to that person.
yes, for sure, for sure.
All right. Do you believe in gender roles? And if so, what do you believe is the man's role in marriage a long term relationship, and what is the woman's role in a marriage a long term relationship?
Do I believe in gender roles? I do believe that there are some some functions that a man ought to tend to, as well as there are some functions that a man does appreciate about a woman. And so I think it's all about finding out what you're good at,
Hmm.
because a lot of things may not be, you're the man, so you're supposed to do this, or you're the woman, you're supposed to do this. Like some women may want to cut grass, right? Or some men love to cook. So it's just all about what you and your partner come to agreements on, and so I'm always cool with that.
Okay, what aesthetics or physical features are you attracted to? An example: the hair, the type, the length, the style, body type, whether that's slim thick, curvy thick, BBW, height, skin tone, facial features. What are those aesthetics or physical features that are attractive to you?
So I appreciate a woman who is of having a athletic build or slim or also slim thick. Um, and I say that because I'm very fit. I go to the gym every day, so I'm really big on health. Um, Also, when it comes to the facial features, I say that I appreciate a good smile. I like a good smile. Um, soft eyes. Um, I'm not really, one way or another on hair, but definitely, I appreciate a woman who, just enjoys just boasting in her natural, her natural state. So I definitely appreciate that about a woman.
All right. Okay, so I believe my purpose in life is to what? Fill in the blank. What do you feel your purpose in life is to?
To be generous, I love to get to others. I love to help others. There's been many occasions where I pour so much into others, and it kind of left me empty at times. But I still you know I still know what I feel about just helping somebody out and just serving, as God would have liked. So I think that's important.
Right, without expecting anything in return, rather than
Right.
not expecting resignation. I'm sorry, recognition. Not expecting recognition or monetary, um, I guess, payback or whatever. Just doing it out of the kindness of your heart.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Just being a cheerful giver in all ways. Just always just lending that hand. Lending that those words of encouragement. Just being kind. So I think that it goes a long way. It goes a long way.
Oh, I like this deal. What is one unique thing about yourself that most people don't know?
When you think about me, oh man, about me, I'll say that maybe the fact that I listen to R&B music all day. I want to say, or no, that's not unique. Hold on. Um, I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't really have like no type of,
You don't have any hidden talents or things that are just out of the norm that you like to do?
I really don't. I mean, I'm very outgoing. I'm very adventurous. I'll do anything. Like I went scuba diving. I want to do skydiving next. I'll do just about anything. I'll go anywhere.
Well,
Um,
that you're very adventurous, so that's something
yeah,
that some people probably would know just by looking at you. Okay.
yeah. But I don't really have no no gift or no talent to where it comes off as like, oh man, that's very exciting. That's very cool. But
All righty. So, what are your relationship status goals? Relationship, companionship only, and can you
when
hear
I
me?
said, yeah, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Okay. Your relationship that's marriage, long-term relationship, companionship only, and why now?
Companionship. Um, right now because I'm I'm very good in my career. I'm very well, stable in my career, and
Hmm.
everything that I've been done since like the age of 30.
Hmm.
And so I've been finding ways just to always make myself better and just seek opportunities. Like I've gotten to entrepreneurship a little bit, and just I'm very big on just being a continuous learner. So being that I've been learning myself, and I'm at the age where I realize exactly what I need, what I appreciate about having that partner, that companionship. And so I think now is a great time for me to.
Okay, so you want only companionship and no marriage or anything like
So marriage as well. So
that. Okay. So the
so here's
ultimate goal is marriage.
so here's the thing. So what's your definition of companionship?
Companionship is where you all never get married, but y'all are each other's companion. Y'all accompany each other on different outings or in different events and things like that. Y'all have this friendship and y'all are each other's person, but y'all just haven't, I guess, made it a covenant or went through the courts to get it, I guess, legalized or something like that.
Okay, got you. So I am dating to marry. So so of course, so I do believe in courting. So yeah, I am dating with intent, with full intent to get married. So
Okay. Alrighty. What are your love languages that you'd like for your partner to provide to you? And what does that look like? Listed in order of importance. Are you familiar with the love languages?
I am.
Okay.
So I'll say physical touch. I love affection. Um, I'll say active service. Just always doing for your partner. I do believe that all relationships are service based. You're seeking to always help and build one another. Um, Words of affirmation. Just always giving that reassurance on both ends. Uh, what's the hold on? Oh, quality time. Okay, so I probably could push, but yeah. So yeah, quality time is very important, right? Just to always have that space for each other. In the morning, during the day, at night, just always having that space to connect. And then receiving gifts.
Okay. All right. So first is acts of service,
No,
then
physical touch.
physical touch, acts of service, words of affirmation,
Yeah.
quality time, and then gifted.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
Absolutely.
Okay. What does the term emotional intelligence mean to you? And do you provide this in a relationship? And if so, how? Are you familiar with the term emotional intelligence?
Yes.
Okay.
Um, Emotional intelligence is the ability to uh just to be. I don't want to use no. Just to be in tune with yourself. Just to self regulate in times and moments where the tension is high, or we're just having just a casual conversation, that your ability to articulate yourself, remain at a cool level. You don't get too high strong. You don't get too highly emotional. So you're very in tune with no matter how the situation rises or fall. You're always right there, being level headed and just able to articulate yourself, to communicate properly. Without attacking, without offending one another, whatever the case may be. So and so yeah, so I do provide that.
Okay. All right. What are some obstacles you've encountered while trying to date?
What are some obstacles I encountered by trying to date?
Mhm.
Uh, Based on my last few situations, I know we talked about it earlier about how how someone may say that they're intentional,
Mhm.
but then when they're presented with that, they're not always as intentional. Um, so I'll say that, and then I'll say just stability. I've had a couple of encounters where where a woman wasn't as exactly what she wanted to be in life,
Mhm.
um, and that's fine, but it's just that just having a plan and just knowing how to position yourself,
Right.
and just doing what it takes so that I can still meet you, right? If you're not where you want to be, I can still meet you.
Mhm.
But it's all about just having a plan, or just having that mindset of you want to just be in a better position, you
Right.
know, and
Mhm.
actually looking to actually go out and get that, by any
Right.
means. So
The
that's important.
action
Yes, for
behind
sure.
it. All right. So this next question sort of coincides with the last question I just asked you. What do you believe has been the biggest challenge or impact that has affected dating as we see it today? Not in your particular situation, but just overall. What do you think has been the biggest challenge or the biggest impact that has affected dating as we see it today?
I would say I would say more so, yeah, just intentionality. That's when nah, I'm not gonna say intentionality. I just say stability. I just say more so stability.
Emotional
Stability.
stability. Okay. So them
Stability.
not getting the help or the counseling or whatever is needed for them to be mentally, emotionally well.
Yeah,
And,
so it can speak to all the levels. Just being
okay.
mentally stable, financially stable, spiritually stable. So all of those things. Just having that as a ground, as a foundation. Um, it's very important in just how we choose to proceed. So I think that like it has to be it has to be at a high level, but like I said, it has to be kind of mid to where you are going up, you are progressing. So
Okay.
I see that.
All right. So the next question is: do you believe in monogamy and do you practice it?
I'm sorry, I
Uh,
didn't.
I'm sorry. Do you believe in monogamy and do you practice it?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I can't. I'm not knocking anybody. I can't really see how there are situations set up to where you have two or more.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's a whole lot to deal with. But
To deal
but
with.
yeah. So monogamy for the win.
Okay. Okay, so the next one is what are your absolute deal breakers that you will not tolerate when choosing a partner? You're like, oh
Somebody who is not who doesn't have a positive mindset, who doesn't have a positive and growth mindset, um, someone who is not of good character, like just as far as just being kind
no.
and as far as just being good natured all around. Um, and then I'll say also somebody who is not emotional intelligent.
Okay.
So they are combative, or just the way that they deal with any type of communication. It just goes all over the place, whatever case may be. So you got to have that.
All right. What do you feel it takes for someone to be a great mate to you and for you to be a great mate to someone?
God, God as the foundation. God as the foundation. You gotta have God in the midst of all things. That way, just things flow easy.
Right.
So
Pure point
well,
blank.
yeah, yeah. When we're both on the same plan, religious wise, I don't think anything could go wrong. You have your days where it'll rain some days or some weeks, whatever the case may be, but it's nothing that we can't get through. So
All right. What is your dating age range?
my dating age range would be, I'll say 29 to 37, 38.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The next question is, what is your dating location preference and example internationally, locally within your current state, surrounding states, anywhere in the USA? And the second part of that question is, do you have a passport or are you able and willing to obtain
So I am open minded when it comes to long distance. Um, Long distance can be tricky, only because both of our careers have to warrant long distance. If I'm out here in Charlotte and you're all the way on the West Coast, or in the middle of the map somewhere, uh, it just has to make sense to where we actually make time for each other. Whether once or twice out the month, just to I come to you, you come to me. Um, so I'm open to that, and then of course as well as surrounding states as well. Yeah, so I do have a passport. I am well traveled, so I'm not open to date anybody internationally, but yeah, so yeah, I love to get away and whatnot. So
it? But your partner, they have to be intentional about trying to make the long distance work if it is, outside of your current state or outside of your local area.
it's only right. Yes, we have to be intentional. We have to be in that season.
Mm,
I know sometimes people go through different seasons in life, and then
right,
so there've been times where I wasn't in the season to date long distance.
right.
But I am in the season right now of I am open to entertaining somebody or taking somebody serious if they do live elsewhere, far out. So for
That's
sure.
understandable. All right. Okay, so how do you want eligible and intentional daters to reach out to you?
Uh, via my handle, on yeah, so on Instagram.
Instagram.
Um, Also, they get my phone number too if they want.
Okay.
I'm just
I
kidding.
want to I'm about to say,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
that's what you
kidding.
don't want.
No, no, but
No.
yeah. No, yeah, it's Instagram for sure though. Instagram for sure.
Okay, what is it?
So it's Hi Danny James. So that's Hi Danny James.
All right. And is there one last thing you want to tell the daters out there?
Um, I just want to say once again, Bella, I appreciate you inviting me on. I did had a chance to view your content, and so I love what you're doing and whatnot, and I'm just
I appreciate
connecting, yeah, connect everybody and whatnot. So it's great. So thank you.
it. It's one of my passions.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Thank you. We need more of it. So
Yes, yes, there's some intentional dating. Like you said earlier,
there you
intentional.
go.
There's a
That's
lot of
it.
dating now. Intentional.
Exactly. Because everybody's dating. I don't know what they're doing though, but everybody's
Right.
dating.
Like, where are y'all going with this?
No,
All
for sure.
righty. Well, thank you so much, Danny. I appreciate you. And I will be in contact with you to see how your love journey is going.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Until next time,
Next
I'm
time.
going to drop you down, okay?
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Bella Beauties and Bella Bows. That's a wrap. Another great interview on the books. Until next time, take care. God bless and talk to you later. Bye bye.